你好，请问你叫什么名字？
你好，我叫杨红瑞。
你好，请问叫什么名字？
李莎。
您怎么称呼？
我姓孙。
孙先生你好。先生你好，您贵姓？
免贵姓刘。
刘先生你好，请问贵姓？
免贵姓王。
王先生。
叫我小王就可以。
好，小王。你好，请问你叫什么名字？
你好，我叫杨红瑞。
你好，请问叫什么名字？
李莎。
您怎么称呼？
我姓孙。
孙先生你好。先生你好，您贵姓？
免贵姓刘。
刘先生你好，请问贵姓？
免贵姓王。
王先生。
叫我小王就可以。
好，小王。
Hello, 你好. Welcome to Yoyo Intermediate Conversational Chinese. The format of this series is going to be a little bit different from our beginner conversational Chinese. For the intermediate level, we are going to combine the format of beginner conversational Chinese and the format of Chinese on the street. Basically, in each lesson, we're going to watch an authentic Chinese dialogue clip first. And then I will break the clip down and explain all the important language points one by one to you. I think you'll love this format because I do. Alright, 好的 without further delay, let's take a look at the first part.
你好，请问你叫什么名字？
你好，我叫杨红瑞。
你好，请问叫什么名字？
李莎。
In our beginner level lessons, we learn how to ask, what's your name? 你叫什么名字? When you answer it, you say, 我叫 so and so. Here, you may have noticed that when the host asked the interviewee what her name is, she added 请问 at the beginning.
你好，请问你叫什么名字？
你好，我叫杨红瑞。
你好，请问叫什么名字？
李莎。
请问 literally means please ask. You say this first before you start asking people a question, asking for a favor, or asking for direction, etc. It's like the English may I ask. This is really useful when approaching strangers because you can make yourself sound extra polite. However, you don't really need this for someone you're close to like your friends or family. You usually use 请问 when you ask a stranger a question. Also, don't make the mistake a lot of foreigners make. They think 请问 means excuse me in every situation. Remember, it's only used if you want to ask a question. After all, 问 means ask. Alright, here's another way to ask someone what their name is.
您怎么称呼？
我姓孙。
孙先生你好。
您怎么称呼? It literally is you, how to address. And that means how should I address you? 您 is a polite 你. 怎么 is how to. 称呼 means to address someone. So, 您怎么称呼 is a great way to let the other person tell you how he or she wants to be addressed. Well, when our host asks the gentleman with glasses, 您怎么称呼, he says,
我姓孙。
我姓孙. That means my last name is Sun. In Chinese, the word 姓 is both a verb and a noun. It can mean last name or to be last named as. Well, I know it doesn't quite make sense in English, but just remember, when you want to say my last name is Smith, you say 我姓 Smith. Basically, he gives a clue to our host as to how he wants to be addressed. So our host starts to address him as 孙先生, Mr. Sun.
孙先生你好。
Let's watch this part again.
您怎么称呼？
我姓孙。
孙先生你好。
Let's move on.
先生你好，您贵姓？
免贵姓刘。
刘先生你好。
Another super polite and formal way of asking someone's last name is 您贵姓. 您 is the formal 你. 姓 means to be last named as. Here, 贵 means of high rank. You already learned 贵 before and it means expensive. For example, when you complain something is too expensive, you say, 太贵了, 太贵了. When you ask someone 您贵姓, you're really asking what's your honorable last name. It's quite useful in a formal or business occasion, or when you want to show off your Chinese. Chinese people will be like, what? Anyway, how would you answer this question, 您贵姓? Well, this is what the gentleman says.
免贵姓刘。
Well, this is actually pretty advanced stuff, so if you say this, you will get some serious admiration from your Chinese counterparts. In this sentence, 免贵姓刘 免 means to avoid or to remove. So the whole sentence literally means remove the 贵 part. My last name is Liu. It's an ultra humble way of answering the question 您贵姓? What's your honorable last name? You're like, no, my last name is not that honorable. Let's get rid of the 贵 part and leave my last name as it is. 免贵姓刘. You might be like, what the heck are you talking about? This all sounds very strange. Well, I know. This over the top of expressing humility is very, very Chinese. Sometimes it may even seem a little bit too much and completely unnecessary to Westerners. But I think it's pretty cool to learn this so you can pleasantly surprise your Chinese friends. Why not?
先生您好，您贵姓？
免贵姓刘。
刘先生您好，请问贵姓？
免贵姓王。
Here, our host asks the gentleman, may I ask what your honorable last name is? 请问贵姓? Here, she omitted you in the sentence. The gentleman says, 免贵姓王. He's saying, remove the 贵 part, my last name is Wang. Upon hearing that, our host starts addressing him as 王先生, Mr. Wang.
王先生。
But when he hears our host calling him 王先生, which is very formal, he says,
叫我小王就可以。
好，小王。
叫我小王就可以了. Here, please memorize the sentence structure. 叫我 so and so 就可以了. It means just call me so and so. Here, 叫我 so and so means call me so and so. 就可以了 means will do or will be alright. You can also say 就行了. 就可以了 and 就行了 mean the same thing. For example, if someone asks you, 您怎么称呼? How should I address you? You can say, 叫我张就可以了 or 叫我张就行了. They both literally mean calling me Zhang will do. Okay, repeat after me. 叫我 Mary 就可以了 or 叫我 Mary 就行了. Anyway, this interviewee looks quite young, so he's probably not very used to people calling him Mr. yet.
叫我小王就可以。
好，小王。
非常好. Now you know different ways to address someone. Please try to use them so that you can start diversifying your Chinese sentences. I hope you enjoyed our very first intermediate conversational Chinese lesson. See you next time. 下次见. Bye. Now you know how to ask a Chinese person, what's your honorable last name? 您贵姓? Please go ahead and use it to wow your Chinese friends. At the same time, if you want to practice, review, and test what you just learned, please click here to download our free tools. And click here to go to the next lesson. And click here to subscribe to our channel. We have a lot more awesome videos coming out. Alright, 下次见，再见。
Yoyo Chinese.